Hey everybody, welcome back to Space Pod. I am your host, Danny, editor-in-chief and founder of Geek Space. I am here with Bobby Howard, DLC. You have to pay separately for him.
True.
And for our non-premium subscribers, you only get my half of the podcast. We're here to talk about baseball. We were away for a week, but we're going to do a special episode to make up for it so we can have the same amount of things as the same amount of... I got to take this off. Same amount of episodes as the season. I don't know why we did that joke. But before we get started, I do...
Wear your mask, that's all.
I do want to say if you need a mask to purchase... Camera on me. I don't know why I'm telling myself that, but... You buy one of these, I would rather be gaming. You don't have to cover up the camera, Bobby. I'm going to zoom in on me. I would rather be gaming. It's a mask that we sell. If you want to let everybody know you're a gamer. There's also a Geek Space logo one. You can also have it on a mug. You can have it on a mug and let everybody know that I don't want to be in the break room. I want to be gaming. And
hey Dan, where can you find all of that?
teespring.com/merch. /stores. Wait, let me start. teespring.com/stores/geekspace-merch. It'll be in the description. The link will be there where you can purchase this fine merchandise.
Oh, it's so easy.
It's so easy.
I'll buy it right now.
I will say, when I bought this mask, I thought the quality was going to be really bad, but it's actually a really nice mask.
Nice, that's awesome. That is very cool.
I was like, I don't want to sell a Geek Space mask and then have it like be totally ineffective and people die because of me. But then I put it on. I was like, oh no, it's just as good as the Phillies masks I bought.
You just take the blame and you're just like, no, fuck, no.
I said I'd like to issue a statement. This blood is on my hands. Please don't blame the president or the WHO or the CD. It's all me. I know.
No.
So many
what
people.
The fuck? No, stop this.
So many people were turning to Geek Space for protection. Our legions of fans.
Why were they turning to us?
Because we're the most trusted source.
We talk about baseball. Why were they turning to us?
Like, gamers don't listen to real news. They listen only to YouTubers, and we have not been doing our responsibility.
We haven't been with each other for 2 weeks now, so
please wear this
is
mask.
Just what's gonna happen? Buy the mask.
Save your grandma.
He's not wrong. You should do that.
I wanted to make that joke, but my grandma's dead.
Same, actually, both.
So that was a Kendrick lyric.
That was real life for me, buddy.
No, I mean, it's also real life for me, but both my grandma's dead is a Kendrick lyric.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let's talk about baseball. We've been away for 2 weeks. A lot of things have happened. I'm gonna let our sports editor Bobby Howard take it away. Bobby, we had no hitters.
We did. We did speak about the Lucas Giolito one, yes. But we had a no from a certain Eric Mills.
That was Alex.
Or excuse me, what did I say? Eric? Alec Mills. Excuse me. I don't know where Eric came from. I have a really good buddy named Eric. Shout out to Eric. Anyway, this was the 16th no-hitter in Cubs history. That being said, and it was the first since Jake Arrieta, your homie, against the Reds in 2016.
He might.
I mean, his last outing wasn't bad, was it?
No, his last one was good. I wish they were all good.
Yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, man, yeah. I wish that was the case, but, but basically he no-hit the Milwaukee Brewers. The Cubs have actually been very, very, I would say, consistent this year. They haven't had anything that's like a really I would say their record as of right now is 31-20. Their hitting is doing real well. I actually really like. I would say previously my piss missile of the week was going to be Kyle Schwarber. He absolutely, dude, the sound of that bat. But anyway, Alec Mills was actually a walk-on both in college as well as in the minor leagues. Truth be told, I don't even know if he would have been pitching this year
if it weren't for the expanded roster.
Yeah, exactly. And so his pitching it was his first complete game. He had never pitched a complete game before in his life. 9 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. 114 pitches. 5 strikeouts is wild to me. Yeah, like 8 is probably the minimum that I can think of.
For a no-hitter, yeah.
Yeah, like Lucas Giolito, I believe, had 8 with that, but just super awesome. College walk-on. I apologize, I'm going to correct myself. College walk-on, 2nd round draft pick in 5 days ago when this had happened, entering that 4.74 ERA. Like, that's just crazy. That's awesome. Very cool. As much as I enjoy a walk-off, I love anything having to do like a no-hitter, a complete game. I'll turn it on. Yep. Like I in a moment's notice, just to be able to watch history at that point. It's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And yeah, congrats Eric Mills, man. That's
congrats
wild
Alec
to me.
Mills.
Do I keep saying Eric?
Keep saying Eric.
Fuck. Alec Mills.
This is like when people kept.
I'm used to ERIC, and he spells his name ALEC, so that's where I guess I'm.
It's okay.
I don't know.
The first week that we had Alec Boehm on third base, that they kept saying Alex Boehm.
Oh, that's okay. All right.
So semi-related, I'll just make this real quick. Aaron Nola also in the last 2 weeks pitched his first complete game. It was a shutout. So
Garrett Cole too.
Yeah, right on.
Complete game shutouts. With this, that is, I would say that no-hitter had happened, I want to say 5 days ago. We also finally got the MLB 2020 postseason playoff bracket. Mm-hmm. I have sent that to you, and we will pop it up here, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not the boss.
I'll throw it on screen for a second.
Whatever. Okay. And so, as we can see here, World Series, we have the 8 from each league, or rather, 8 from each league, obviously American and National. It's a little weird if you haven't seen it, because like the AL is playing in the NL stadiums and the NL is playing in the AL stadiums. I suppose that's just to make it impartial, so that there isn't like any sort of, you know what I mean, like any sort of, like with San Diego or Los Angeles, like they could obviously have home field advantage at that point, and if they're trying to do a bubble, I suppose they're trying their best to not have that be a thing. Arlington and Texas Rangers and Houston Astros are both in AL.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, did they say which Los Angeles is going to be?
They did not. I'm pretty sure it's Dodgers Stadium.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Because if it's Angel Stadium, then they're flipping back and forth.
I'm pretty sure, but I would say that was my understanding when looking at this right here.
Hosting a podcast.
Go Jets.
That's awesome.
Go Jets? Okay.
You say go Jets? Awesome. Nice. It's bad. Don't. The Yankees scored more than the Jets and the Giants did on Monday.
Which is so fucked up. Anyway, continue.
It really is. Or, excuse me, Tuesday. They didn't play on Monday. Yeah, and I mean, the final is going to be the World Series is going to be taking place in Arlington, Texas. So we might see some David Freese magic. Who knows? But completely new stadium, so I'm assuming that's why they had done that as well. But everything's looking pretty good. Basically, how it'll work, where there's a wild card series, then ALDS, then ALCS, and then obviously the World Series. Mm-hmm. Obviously, wild card, NLDS, and NLCS as well. But yeah, AL division plays against AL division number 1 plays against the wild card 2. AL second plays against the AL second first, which basically league lead, or like rather pennant winner versus second,
right?
And then pennant winner versus third, and then AL division second against AL wild card. I really wish they could have made this easier to say, but more or less. Number 1 seed faces number 8, number 2, number 6.
Yeah, I got it.
3, all of that. Just to not make it sound like complete nonsense. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they're committing to a bubble.
Mm-hmm. Me
too. At the very most, I mean, I don't know how it's going to affect the postseason, truth be told. I don't know if they're gonna fly in, do the 2-week thing, and then go in and play.
I doubt that they will wait the full 2 weeks. I bet they're gonna wait 5 days and just do testing every day.
Yeah, but that's the thing that the thing is, if I were them, you're already going to, for this year, have an asterisk on whatever this World Series, whoever the winner is.
Yes.
It's dumb and it's stupid, but you will. That being said, I still think that it makes sense for them to wait the 2 weeks.
I don't
just
disagree.
to make certain. But like you said, you think that that's possible, and I definitely think that it's I think it's possible.
I think, honest to God, they're afraid because so many sports are getting bunched up. I think they're going to try and push this whole thing through really quickly.
Which is, yeah. I mean, I was. I mean, funnily enough, when we were chatting on Sunday, I also was still watching baseball while also having football on. So like, I get it. Like,
yeah.
There's no in no world is baseball going to be bigger than the start of football. Like,
well,
now,
yeah, and
at least in America.
Yeah, especially because football is such a shorter season. Like,
yeah.
you know, everything is so much more high stakes. Missing a baseball game is not like, you're not like,
especially if it's not the postseason.
Yeah, you're not like, oh, what, like, you know, whatever. I mean, I'll miss a game. Whereas like football, it's like, think about the fact that we have 60 games. We're talking about how much each game matters. Football has 17 regular season games. 16.
Yes.
Yeah.
17.
17. No,
they're pushing
16.
for 18.
It's 16 bye week. 17, but it's a bye week.
Oh yeah, no. Sorry, 17 weeks, 16 games.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 16. So you have 16 games. So like, holy shit! Like, if we think that every game matters in baseball with 60 games, they're doing 1/5 of us. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that being said, if people think that the hardest thing to do in baseball isn't hitting a baseball, I
agree. But
I saw that debate and I was just like, bleh. But either way, that's not.
But I was saying, I think
there.
that they're afraid because, I mean, hockey's finishing up, baseball is finishing up, basketball is finishing up, football is starting, college football is starting. They're like, I think they're trying to force this whole thing through so that they're not sort of stuck in this weird middle position where they're
of just like forcing people to choose between what they want to watch.
Yeah, and they're going to be like right after the Stanley Cup and right as we're getting to the middle of the season of football where shit starts really like popping off. I think that they're going to find themselves, and basically right when basketball season's supposed to restart anyway. So I don't really know how that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't even know the logistics of that.
Me neither. But it's I think it's going to be interesting to see how I think you're right. In a perfect world, and probably in this world we should be doing it, but a 2-week quarantine between the teams is probably a good idea. I don't think the MLB is going to do it because they're afraid of losing. Like, time is their most valuable resource in their eyes, so I think they're afraid to do that. But
the MLB is afraid to do a whole lot of things, but I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, sure. They are. Fuck them. They suck. Baseball sucks.
Fuck baseball. Are you kidding me?
$5. Yeah. I'm getting shaken down right here in the middle of the podcast. Out of 10. Okay, I'll give you back 5. Use the other 5 to buy me an oat milk monster.
I will, genuinely.
Have you heard of this? Sorry, I'm going to fuck up the podcast right now. Have you guys heard of an oat milk monster?
Oat milk or goat milk?
Oat. O-A-T.
No.
Solomon told me this morning there's an oat milk coffee monster, and I said I've never heard of this, but this is a soda I need to review. So please grab me one.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was like, it's coffee. I was like, I've seen the Java ones that are like the dark brown ones.
Yeah.
Never an oat milk one. That's really weird. Anyway.
Baseball. Yeah, that's the World Series rundown. As of right now, as of today, the A's have clinched a playoff spot.
Yes.
The White Sox, the Rays, and the Dodgers, and I believe the Padres have as well now.
Padres are clinched, yes.
So with that, are we 100% on the Padres now that I say that out loud?
Yes, because I think that the thing is that even if they lose, they can't go under wild card 1.
That makes sense. They are, I would say, looking at this, they are 33-19, and the White Sox are 33-18, and they just clinched earlier this week. So, but yeah, so I mean, if the playoffs were to end right now, the Yankees would be 5th seed, Or excuse me, Jesus, I didn't even start. The Rays would be first seed. White Sox would be second. Athletics would be third. Twins would be fourth. Yankees would be fifth. The Astros would be sixth. Astros are 25 and 26. And then Indians would be seventh, and the Jays would be eighth. And over in the NL, Dodgers would be first. Cubs would be second, actually. Braves would be third. Yep. And then Padres fourth. God, the Marlins. Jesus. The Marlins would be fifth. Reds would be sixth. Which...
No. Phillies would be sixth. We're above the Reds.
Doesn't matter. The Reds have the second... They have the division. The division counts more than the wild card.
What do you mean?
So the wild card seeds are 7th and 8th. They are second in the division of the NL Central. But so the Reds would have the second seed in that division.
But hold on. Sorry. My standings are showing you have the Reds above the Cardinals?
Yeah, the Reds are 26 and 26. Well, I think they're tied. Now that I'm looking at this. The Reds are 26 and 26, and the Cardinals are 24 and 24.
Which I was just saying. The thing is, it's I don't know how they're gonna do this.
It's strength, it's because head to head.
Reds is also they have less losses in the last 10 games. They have a lower L10. I think is why they're getting rated higher.
Okay.
But anyway, I was just noticing that, and I was like, I don't know if they're gonna exactly if it's gonna be the Reds or the Cardinals because both of them are under. They're tied with the Giants, and then under the Phillies. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, because the either way. 7th is Phillies. 8th would be whatever the third seat, whatever the wild card would be in NL Central. But that's what our playoffs are looking like right now. Or it would
be NL Central, or it'd be the Giants.
Yes, correct.
Depending on if somehow the Cardinals and the Reds both totally trash out in the last 10 games.
We'll talk about it in the other episode. But dude, the Giants, this year was supposed to be a rebuild year.
Yeah, it's been a weird. And the thing is, like. Well, it's also a postseason thing. Like, it's just the way that it's designed. Because they actually have been really wishy-washy. I've been watching some of their games, and they don't...
I fully expected them to be in the position of the Diamondbacks.
I wouldn't go that far. They
were in a rebuilding season. Like, that's what I mean.
I would think that... Diamondbacks are looking rough, though. I would say they're more in a Mets position. I would have expected them to go close to 500, but not break it. But... Because like they're rebuilding, but they aren't even the team. The mainstays of the team are good. Like,
you know who their manager is?
Yeah, they got. Oh my God, Clentak was the first thing that came to my mind. It's not Clentak, but they got him from us. It's
Gabe Kapler.
Yeah, Kapler. Thank you.
Yep. I liked Gabe Kapler, but he was just not a Phillies manager.
That's what I said. He doesn't fit. I think Girardi fits better. Also,
he's a West Coast.
For some reason, when you said. Do you know who their manager is? The name Bobby Abreu came to my mind. I was like, first of all, not in the MLB. Second of all, not a manager.
Yeah,
that guy's been retired for like 8 years.
World Series winner.
He is a World Series winner, but shout out Bobby Abreu, I guess.
Yankees.
But I would say, I think that's gonna be. The NL Wild Card 2 is going to be the hardest spot to clinch. I think that everything is so close. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, we have 3 teams tied for 500. We have 2 teams that are on either side of 500 immediately. The Phillies are 1 game above 500, and the Brewers are 2 games below 500. So it's
neck and neck. The NL Central is a pain in my ass.
We're all in the pack, and it's really fucking scary. Which for
the
a Phillies
NL Central
fan,
is a pain in my ass, man. Just wish that I could just be like, yeah, it's 1, 2, and 3 of it here. It's
they're
like it's 1, 2, 1, 3, 3.
You're not gonna fucking play them.
Who knows?
Think about the fact that my team has to play the Cubs.
Fucking think about me, Bobby. Think about me,
Bobby. Look, you're
also correction. Bobby Abreu never won a World Series.
He wasn't on the World
Series.
Series.
He was traded to the Angels the season that the Yankees went to the World Series and won.
He got Lieberthold.
That's right. He did.
Anyway, I think Yeah.
Last thing.
Yeah, go ahead. So I was just gonna say I like this. It's weird, but I like this layout. I like this World Series layout.
I do too. I've heard rumor come out that the postseason will do away with the runner at second, which I'm all for.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I think that makes sense.
I think that it's fine to experiment during the regular season, but I think that when it comes to the postseason, these games matter more, and I think that you should have to earn it at that point. Go ahead. Sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you can cut me off. I was still thinking. Can I be honest?
All right.
I think that here's what I think it is. I think the MLB is trying to mitigate any they're trying to hide the asterisk on this. I think that they know that if they keep these weird rule changes in, that they're going to have more of an asterisk. Whereas if they try to make these games as normal as possible, then people are going to contest it less.
Yeah.
So,
and that's fair.
Which I think is stupid. Assessment. I think it's fair. I think it's fair of the MLB's position. I think that if anybody puts a legitimate asterisk on this and is like, "Oh, well, it was unfair season," then I'd be like, "Well, go fuck yourself." Like this, it's not.
Take the Astros World Series. I don't give a fuck.
well, I mean, that's because it's different because the allegation was one team did one thing.
No. My point is if you think that is an asterisk, then take the Astros asterisk as well.
Sure, yeah. Or
that's what I'm saying.
Or the Black Sox or whoever. This isn't like one team did one thing. It's like this is a situation where every team has been negatively affected. Not totally exactly the same. Clearly, New York had a higher spike rate than, Milwaukee. But it's like we're all structured on the same rules. If those rules hurt your strategy, then you have to Bryce Harper bunt. You've got to work around it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Beat the shift. But
I agree.
I think people who are taking, because now that we're getting playoff season, I've seen a lot of people being like, well, it doesn't matter. It's not a World Series, a real World Series anyway, because their team's fucking sucking.
It's fucking so stupid.
And I'm like, no, it is
so stupid.
Like, we could have a 10-game regular season if we followed up with the World Series. The World Series. Sorry, we don't control that.
No, that's the thing is that these players have had to play a 60-game marathon. The Yankees have 0 people on their IL in their 15-day IL. Wild. Didn't think that was possible.
Yeah, you guys came back.
Yeah. I mean, before we get into Brock's Cheers, Fanatics Cheers, there's one last topic I want to talk about.
Go for it.
We'll put it up. Josh Donaldson, the Rainmaker, the maker of rain, he had a home run a couple days ago, but it was a very, very, very interesting home run because 2 days ago the Twins were playing the White Sox. At this time they were winning. They ended up losing. Josh Donaldson hit a home run in the at-bat, and if you guys haven't seen the John Boy video, he does a pretty good breakdown of that too. But watch it after. Finish this and then watch it. But Josh Donaldson is at the plate. The umpire, he asked the umpire, like, was it high, was it low, whatever, and then the umpire spits back at him, gets pissy, and then Josh Donaldson said, "No, I asked you, is it high or is it low?" or something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing here. And he got pissy. Josh Donaldson fucking smoked one to left and then rounded the bases. The umpire's staring him down for as he's running to first base. Josh Donaldson obviously doesn't notice it. As he gets to home plate, kicks some dirt onto the plate, seemingly misses the plate and doesn't want to be called out, so he runs back to it, taps the plate, and then the umpire says, "Josh, get the fuck out of here," and throws him out. So Josh proceeds to kick more dirt onto the home plate, and yeah. So I just want to say, and you can time me on this if you want to.
I will.
Fuck umpires, they suck.
Ready? Go.
And my position here is that robo umpires, or even just the technology that they've been implementing in different leagues to where you have the helmet on and then they have their own dedicated strike zone, fucking do that. You don't necessarily have to immediately mitigate umpires. You still need them in the field. You still need them everywhere else. But the fact of the matter is, fuck umpires. They're pains in my ass, and
5
they
seconds.
always have bullshit fucking strike zones. Quit being bitches.
You got it. You got it in there.
There you go.
Hey, here's my even shorter one. Kill the umpires. They're really they're the landlords of baseball.
Yeah. You know what, dude?
You didn't think we were getting into leftist theory today. Sorry, fellas.
Bring them out.
Eat the
Get
umpire.
the guillotines. Get the guillotines, baby. There was my buddy was complaining about this week, and then I threw up at least 6 examples of the Kendricks. Is it Kendricks? Either way, the A's pitcher. I sent it to you, threw 2 fucking strikes right down the fucking middle, and he called it a ball. And then this week, against the I think it was the O's against somebody, fucking just tossed it right down the middle as well, and it was called a ball. And I was like, I'm just searching for who it was right now real quick. I just fucking hate it. I just the thing is, I don't think that, because umpires throwing people out and stuff like that, that's part of baseball, and I'm not necessarily saying immediately take that out. People are thinking that I literally mean have a robot come in and just fucking do it. So we're clear, it'd be kind of rad because the robot would literally physically throw them out of the stadium.
Yeah.
But my issue is that they're missing blatantly obvious calls, and there are some umpires who opted out of this season,
Yeah.
So that's a lot of that. But yeah, man, just fucking get it right.
I will say one interesting thing. I think the NFL actually did a good job. It must have been 3 seasons ago, where they implemented new rules as far as doing stuff for refereeing the NFL.
Yep. The call interference plays, right?
Call interference, and also
or pass interference.
An official scoring review on every single touchdown. I was like, that's interesting. That's a really it's hard to do that stuff for baseball, honestly, because
for sure,
the field is so, there's not a thing where something happens. The field is so wide open.
Yeah.
But I think that we need to look at strategies like that. It's not just we're getting an android, we're making him the fucking umpire, but we need to think about looking at how baseball is umped in a different way. It's not.
Yeah.
We need to. This is such a weird statement. We need to sabermetrics umping. There needs to be somebody who looks at this and goes, how do we decide? Not is it a strike or is it a ball? How do we decide this? Because now it's just the ump going in or out.
Yep. In strike zones in general, that's what I think that with how MLB is fascinated about getting things right as far as the format and everything is concerned, what kind of shocks me is that in the years that I've watched baseball, they will quite often they'll be like, oh, we're going to review this home run, or oh, we're going to challenge this play, or a bang bang play at first or something along those lines. I watched the Rockies make it to the World Series in 2007, and they shouldn't have made it, because if there was a replay review, Troy, I don't think it was Troy Tulowitzki, but whomever it was that was running home from third didn't even touch home plate.
I want to bring up something. This is a weird side note, but I think it's actually really smart. I think you did watch it when we were watching it. Did you watch the 3 weeks of XFL this year?
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking XFL solved the problem, and I totally forgot about it. When they did a call, they would bring you to the booth in New York, and the person would talk to the announcer of the game, the caster. The head referee for the league would say, well, here's why we're saying this, or here's why we're saying that, and they'll explain the rules. Because the thing is, they have to do it anyway. They have to. It's not like ESPN has a rules expert. NBC Sports Philadelphia has a rules expert that they have on staff. This would be like if we were on the phone with, Joe West is usually on the field, but if we were on the phone with whoever the head ump was in New York, where they send the video reviews to, if we had his explanation live as they were doing the game, that was so fucking crazy smart to me. I think that's what the MLB, that's what everybody should be doing. We should just, it's so easy to just Weirdly enough, when they did it on XFL, they had him on an Xbox. He was controlling the replays with an Xbox controller and had a headset on, which is pretty funny. But that's what we should be doing. It's like we should seek to remove the mystique from reffing or from umping. Like, just have somebody explain why things are happening, because that is part of the strategy. Like baseball is not going to be. I mean, we'll have our Josh Donaldson moments, which are really fun. The fuck you moments with the umps, those are great.
Of course, they aren't going to go anywhere.
Yeah, but the truth is, like, when we see 2 strikes go down the middle and they're called balls, and those things are never explained, they're not challenged, and if they're challenged, they aren't told us why they're ruled one way or the other. For the fans, it comes.
When you say challenged, sorry, really quickly, didn't mean to cut you off. I know you're on a roll. You're doing great. When there's a challenge, do you mean challenging balls and strikes?
No. I don't mean an official challenge.
Okay. Go. Sorry.
Sorry, you're right. Because that would be like an official challenge would be on a play. I'm saying like
yeah.
When things are not told to us why they're decided a certain way, there's a lot of that can be that way for challenges as well. But I was just thinking about balls and strikes.
You're good. I just wanted to make sure.
There's a lot of for the fans. There's a lot of just like impotent frustration of like, why is this not explained to me? It's what is the psychological concept of cognitive behavioral therapy. Nothing is explained to me, so there's no sense of catharsis. I don't like, because when I was watching XFL, I would see calls I thought were bad, but the head ref for the league, he would explain why he's saying this, and I would go, okay, I don't like that, but that is an explanation.
Yeah.
Fine.
I mean, I'm not stoked that I took the L there, but like,
even if I disagree with him, I'm like, okay, but he's got a brain in his head. I get it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
that's what we should be doing.
My issue is just this outlaw gunslinger, like, oh, this is my rule, and it does. I suppose I'm outlaw, but like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like I'm an evil empire, and I will, which Yankees, whatever. Just like I rule with an iron fist, and it's just like,
this is my house, my rules.
And like I said, I've spoken with people who have professionally umped, and they like, I get it. Like I understand that there's a lot of different calls, whether it's little league, whether it's like professional or like minor leagues. Like calls are going to be like missed. There's a video, and I would have to find it. We probably aren't able to pull it up here. But I remember seeing a video last year of them testing out, I think in minor league, like the robot like umpire helmet.
Yes,
and the dude still argued with him and got ejected. So like, it's not gonna fucking change anything. Like,
I think. I agree with you, because like I think umps get a lot of shit. It's not easy to ump a game or ref a game.
I don't think so at all.
Mad. But I do think that I just want clarity. As a fan, I just want clarity.
Yeah.
If you can, if I hate you, at least explain to me why I should hate you.
Exactly. And like, that's the thing that's so frustrating is about those strike zones that they give in the game.
Yeah.
You see shit like right down the goddamn middle. And like, that's the thing. I remember years ago when I was watching football, and Joe Buck was just like, so this is not the actual representation of, like, we get it to as close as we possibly can, but like the first down yardage it's the referee's call ultimately. And that's fine too, because like that's the strike, it just gives a generic strike zone. But with MLB being obsessed with pace of play, but also being obsessed with getting the calls right, like, put in, like I said, but we said it before, we're pro pitcher clock here.
Yeah.
Like, in watching Davy Garcia pitch, dude, that kid is fucking, he's stoic as hell. Kid's 21 years old, and he's like literally just sits, waits, throws. It's so fast.
Yeah, he
like,
just sort of like tosses it.
Yeah, and he's good. He's good too. Yeah. So it's just like, yeah, but I suppose that's a transition into Bronx Cheers, Fanatics Cheers. But
sure, yeah. I guess I'll do a theme song. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum. I'm not gonna finish it.
I thought you were gonna go bap bap.
Nope. We're not finishing it because the season isn't finished yet. I'll finish it in 10 days. Look, I got a lot to talk about in a short amount of time, so I'll make it really quick.
Do you want me to I'll pull up a timer for 2 minutes.
No, I've got one.
Okay.
Look, the Phillies, we were doing so well. We had a lot of really weird injuries come on. Kyle Garlick got injured, which truthfully broke my heart. You know, he was gonna be our team MVP. That's a lie. But a lot of things happen at once. First is Brandon Workman, who ripped his fingernail off trying to zip up his pants.
No, Zach Wheeler, wasn't it?
Was that Wheeler? Oh, sorry, you're right. That was Wheeler.
Yeah.
Workman was out for 2 days for something else. And then we had
you missed Joe Girardi's quote.
What? Oh,
you can't make this up.
You can't make this up. We had Reese is out right now. And then he got. I watched this happen live. He went to go catch a ball, and the runner ran into his arm, and it's actually the same. I can't remember the name of the ligament, but it's the Tommy John's muscle. So it went that.
Yeah.
And so he has a it wasn't a tear, but it was like a really strong pull.
Yeah.
And so
sprain or not sprain, but I don't know what you're saying.
but so he's out, and then Scott Kingery came back, and then I think Roman was out for a day or two, and then it was like it was like literally injury after injury. Spencer Howard was out. He fucked up his back. It's like we are having what the Yankees had 3 weeks ago. It's just like all at once we're losing players. And
the Simpsons gif of all the kids just like bodies on the ground,
like
scrolling.
And now, as a Phillies fan, this is really interesting because we're actually pulling more people up, which is kind of weird. We had Alec Boehm already. Mickey Moniak
who's doing good, isn't he?
He is killing it. I would say, as somebody told to me when I was in a group of Phillies fans chat, and they said, Alec Boehm has been exactly what he was sold as, which is insane for a prospect. Usually they try to hype them up, and then they come out, and this, the big leagues, it's a show, so they come out and they're okay. No, he came and he's like a team leader. We're like, oh shit, he's actually really good. Mickey Moniak came 3 games ago, and he's good. He had his first MLB hit. He's, I think, hovering right at around 200, but also, I mean, he's been a good fielder. He's actually been solid on fielding, and our shitty bullpen is now taking over for our starters because Spencer Howard was out, and we had to put in JoJo Romero has been great. Our bullpen's getting slightly better in that way, but I mean, it's just been
I'm gonna give him a nickname, the Red Bull.
JoJo Romero, that's fine. Yeah,
the Red
I like
Bull.
that, the Red Bull.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it's both terrifying and exciting because we're losing everything in the last 10 games. We're trying to clinch this second wild card spot, or the first wild card spot, and then at the same time we're losing our team. And our what did they say our bullpen ERA was 7.05. But we're getting we're losing all of our big players, but also we're still maintaining our playoff spot with all these dudes that have never played before. It's insane, and it's it does make me feel good. This is my Kyle Finnegan story. It makes me feel good when I see somebody come to the league who I don't think would have gotten in a normal year and really succeed. Alec Boehm succeeding to me is this makes me feel good because I don't know if he would have had this year had it not been for this crazy situation we're in. Mickey Moniak, I don't know if he would have had this opportunity had it not been for this. Kyle Finnegan, I don't know if he would have been on without the 30 man. But
even Roman Quinn, right? Or did Roman Quinn?
No, Roman was on. He was just injured. I think he'd been on.
Oh, okay.
He'd been pulled up 2019.
Okay.
But yeah, even still, I mean, it's we have all this weird people who are coming in and sort of having the chance to succeed, which I love. But it is also death-defying doing it that we're in the last 10 games of the season. And I'm we could have done this earlier, hopefully, when we were already in a losing streak. But whatever.
No, I feel that, man.
Anyway.
The thing is, I think that the Phillies, I knock on wood for you, but I think that they are definitely going to make the playoffs. I shouldn't say think and then definitely, but I think that they are going to make the playoffs. I think that we're going to see that. I don't know. I mean, unless their bullpen does a 180, I don't know how well. I mean, the thing is, their offense is good enough to where they can try. They should be able to bail them out. But against pitchers like, excuse me, sorry. Against like the Cubs or the Dodgers or the Braves, it's gonna be tough, dude. Dustin May just fucking swearing up a storm the entire time.
Dude,
like
that's the thing is like I think that well, I will say, the advantage that we have, not that the Dodgers have an amazing bullpen, Cubs have an amazing bullpen, Yankees have a good bullpen. Although I think the only time we'd face you was in the World Series.
World Series, yes.
I will say, the teams with the pitchers I am most afraid of aren't getting into the playoffs, which makes me feel good. There will be no Zach Greinke. There will be no Verlander. There will be no Jason DeGrom. Like,
although those are all AL, but yes.
Jason DeGrom is not AL.
No, sorry. I meant Verlander and Zach Greinke. Yeah.
But, like, there won't be any DeGrom. There won't be a Max Scherzer. Like, I'm not worried about those guys anymore, which makes me sort of like breathe a sigh of relief, which is like a lot of the NL pitchers out there that we are going to have to face in the lead up to the World Series. Not that they're not good. Cubs have an amazing bullpen, but like their ace, is not Jason DeGrom, thank God.
Like, whoa. Yu Darvish is very fucking good.
No, Yu Darvish is good, but I'm just saying
he's in Cy Young right now. Him, Trevor Bauer, and Jacob DeGrom, which is Jacob Trevor Bauer's in there too. He's possibly not finished yet. Yeah. Plus Chris Carpenter. You got Dustin May. You got Clayton
Dustin
Kershaw.
May. I know. I guess the Dodgers scare me, rotation wise and bullpen wise, but like.
The Braves, you guys, I feel like would be a good matchup against, but like
the thing is, their offense is just as explosive as ours.
If they're gonna score like 26 runs in a game, like,
it's like Braves are like on and off, man. Some nights they'll just crush it, 15 runs. Some nights they will, especially off our bullpen. But then other nights they're just like, we'll do 3 and they'll take it. Just like
fuck it.
Like, but yeah, so I mean that's the thing. I think our bullpen, our offense always has to accommodate our bullpen's weakness. So I think we'll do okay in times where the pitching staff of the other team is not up to par. Like, I think the Cubs are really good. I think we could handle them. I think the Dodgers will beat the shit out of us. So I think.
Well, it is postseason Dodgers, so like maybe you could get by them.
But like, if I'm being honest, I mean Marlins will kick our ass just because we're cursed. We can't beat the Marlins.
Sixto Sanchez, man.
That's not even pitching thing. We're just bad against the Marlins. I don't know why.
No, I know, but he's very fucking good.
God, I hate them. I hate them so much.
I know, it's okay. It's okay, man. I get it.
If
you want me to transition over to me, I can talk about hating the Flappy Birds or Flappy Boys.
I was gonna say, I'm not afraid of the Braves bullpen. I'm not really afraid of like the Cardinals. Like, I think that our biggest problem is that our offense has to compensate for how much our pitching lets up, and so I think
and you can't. That's not sustainable.
Yeah, and so I think if we're against teams that have pitching that is not as weak as ours, but even just weaker than like the top tier pitching teams, I think we'll be okay. But if we are like first round against a team that has a crazy pitching staff, we're fucked. Like, we're not gonna get to round 3. Anyway, I'm done.
Okay. And with the Yankees are now on a 9-game win streak after their win last night against the Red Sox in 12 innings, which shouldn't have been 12 innings, but whatever. Gary Sanchez popped the fuck off. Double. If it wasn't for Gary Sanchez, the Yankees would have lost that game. They were literally down to their final out, and he crushed one over the big monster. Green monster. But yeah, man. I mean, in this 9-game win streak, the Yankees have had 2 Garrett Cole outings that have been insane. Garrett Cole was pitching a no-hitter through the 5th or 6th against the Blue Jays. We scored in a ridiculous amount of runs. We had 17 home runs in the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday games. Thursday in particular, while that game did end 10-7 and it made me have to clench my cheeks, the fourth inning, I believe, the Yankees batted around while DJ LeMahieu, Aaron Hicks, DJ LeMahieu, Brett Gardner, and Luke Voigt hit home runs back to back to back. Aaron Hicks struck out or lined out, and then Giancarlo Stanton and Gleyber Torres hit back to back home runs. Giancarlo Stanton, I mean, everybody's back. Gio Urshela's back. Giancarlo Stanton's back. Aaron Judge is back. John Loaizaga is back. Like, they're starting to get healthy. Aaron Judge it was quoted as saying that his rehab failed and he really didn't understand like how much his hamstring and like just a part of the injury, like how much weight it really is it puts on him.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I get that to an extent. Like that they're supposed to be healthy, but the dude's 6'7", and like it's very rare that you see dudes that tall having like ridiculous longevity, in my opinion. In baseball and especially in right field with the amount of like plays that dude makes. But I mean, yeah, Aaron Judge has yet to hit a bomb, but then everybody else in the Yankees is doing it for him. Luke Voigt is leading the league with 20 home runs, getting MVP talks. I don't think he'll make it because his defense is not abysmal, but like there's some errors that really shouldn't be errors, at least in my opinion. Some of them are like pitcher throws, so I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, pitchers are so unathletic. They are the most. They are not. There's a fucking video from the World Series of Justin Verlander throwing a ball at his shin.
That's
like,
really funny.
They aren't. They are not athletic. It's just the fucking truth. But yeah, man. I mean, if we would have done this podcast last week, I would be telling you that I would have been like, fuck it. If the Orioles want to make it, then like 2020 is gonna be the fucking weirdest year in the world. But
everything flipped back around again.
Yeah, and I mean, like that being said, Giancarlo Stanton was always batting very well. Like,
yes.
Like his average was like 279 when he had gotten injured and had to be out. Aaron Judge was bad. Like Aaron Judge hit a double or either he walked or hit a single last night. Gary is turning around, but the thing is they fucking ruined Gary by making him have to worry about framing pitches and having weird stances. I hate that A-Rod was right, but he was absolutely like they need to stop having him sit on one leg and catch. He was complaining about that on ESPN,
yeah.
And I was like, I mean, he's number one in framing in MLB, and then like it was really bad. And that, I don't know, man. They just fucked Gary, but like it looks like it really looked.
I'm a moron. I forgot. JT Realmuto is also on IL. That was the other one.
Oh, I was just wondering. I honestly thought about that after I said Gary because I was like.
But then they brought up a minor leaguer who actually has been pretty good. So that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. I was saying, yeah. Speaking of, Kyle Higashioka hit 3 home runs.
Holy
the Garrett
shit,
Cole
I saw
start.
That was nuts.
Higgy's good, man, and that's the thing is that people are like, fuck, like literally in New York, there is nobody more hated there's nobody more beloved than a catcher that isn't Gary Sanchez. Like, it's just a fact.
Well, it's really funny. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say we're having the same thing. Andrew Knapp is now taking over for JT. And he's batting 400 something, or was. I think he's down to 349 now. But for a while, he was like over 400, and he was like killing it. We were like, holy shit. What happened?
But you want to know you want to know a statistic that I thought is insane?
Go for it.
So, as of 2 days ago, I'm pulling up the stats right now just to confirm. But as of 2 days ago, guess who is in the top 5 for RBIs for the year? For the Yankees.
Oh, for the Yankees?
Yeah. Top 3.
Is it Gary?
Yep.
Really?
Gary Sanchez is third with 24 RBIs.
He just has like a high volume per swing?
He hits a lot. He hits home runs.
Yeah,
like,
I guess
he's had
the
the Grand Slam.
Wild.
Like he's had like 3-run home runs. Like that's the thing. Gary is producing, but the thing is, when he produces stuff like that, like, because the thing is, dude, his average is 154.
Yeah, but say it's just that every time he gets a hit, there's already somebody on base in front of him.
Yep.
Huh?
Which, I mean, is good. That's what you want.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
but
it's definitely. Well, it's like we had the same thing where. I mean, it's sort of changed now, but where Harper was in our lineup is that he's right after Kutch and Reese. So the idea would be Kutch and Reese can get on base. Reese, of course, gonna walk. He doesn't even have to fucking swing. But
yeah, but at least at that time.
Then you're with your Bryce Harper fucking OPS stat. 1 in every 5 times you're gonna get a multiple run homer. Was the way that lineup was built. It's sort of not worked out that way. Reese has been slamming home runs before he got injured. So, like, it wasn't even like there's people on base for Bryce to hit for. But,
yeah.
And then Bryce became a bunt king, decided.
Yeah.
But I would say that's where I think Gary Sanchez fits in, too, is that he's at the spot in the lineup, which, and not in any bad way, it's very good for the team. He's at the spot in the lineup where people are on base in front of him, so he can maximize the runs batted in based on where he is in the lineup.
Yeah, and that's the thing is it's fluctuated where he's been because, like, they even benched him the one day just because he was playing so poorly. Garrett Cole has Higgy catch for him now, and that's why Garrett Cole is back to being Garrett Cole, honestly. I don't dislike...
good battery. I like that.
Yeah, and the thing is, I love Gary Sanchez. I think that he genuinely is... like the catcher for the Yankees, like the future of it, for sure. But my issue is that whatever they've done with him in the past year with their new catching coach is fucking bad and stupid, and they need to stop doing it. Like just make sure that he gets past balls, and that's pretty much it, man. Like, let him go out, because the thing is, he's like Garrett Cole even said months ago, he's expected to hit like 30 home runs a game, play 164 or like 150 games a year, and do all this stuff. So, like, he's like, yeah, I love catching with Gary. But the thing is, they had to make that change because, like, it was weird. And, like, truth be told, once Garrett Cole was signed, I was like, we're probably going to see, like, a drop as far as, like, we're going to see some games where Garrett Cole just does not look good. It's bound to happen. And so... the complete game against the Orioles. Well, it was 7 innings still. It was a complete game. And then he lasted 7 innings on Wednesday, I want to say. So Tuesday or Wednesday. I think
you're right.
I think it was Tuesday that I turned it on because I didn't have the game on. I had just finished, like, I was like working out or something, had dinner, and then I turned on Twitter and they're up 11-2, and I was like, oh, holy fuck, or like 13-1, and I was just like, okay, like, and like that was the thing that I found so funny is that I knew that. And the thing is, they were not playing against the Blue Jays best. Like, they didn't play against Ryujin, but
who, by the way,
so,
I just want to say, I think he deserves to be in Cy Young talks more than he is. That's all.
Do his stats say that? Show that?
I can't say that they do. Well, I'll be honest. I don't remember exactly who all is in the AL pitch.
Because he did win the Cy Young last year, didn't he? In NL? No, Jake DeGrom did. Never mind. Jake DeGrom did.
I said
he was in talks for
apologies.
it. I believe.
I definitely said Jason DeGrom earlier. I meant Jake DeGrom.
Yeah, you did.
I meant Jacob. Sorry, Mr. DeGrom. When you're watching this, DeGrom won last year. And I don't think Ryu's ever won.
No. He was, well, I think he was a rookie last year. Pretty sure.
Was he? I thought he was a rookie 2018. Maybe.
Let me see.
You might be right, actually. But I think that Ryujin's just, honestly, I'm not sure if the stats back him up, especially because I don't know who else is pitching in Cy Young for AL, what that race is looking like.
I'm wrong, by the way. 2013 to 2014 is when he started, and then he didn't play for years. And then 2016 to 2019 is when he was with the Dodgers, the Doggos. Also, Hyunjin Ryu is his name. We're saying it in the Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're saying it in the Korean dialect, I suppose, because they would last name first is proper.
But Yeah, I think Ryu. I think he's. It's one of those things where it's like I don't know what his stats are. I haven't been following the Blue Jays as much as I should, but he is just. I mean, just watching him pitch, he's fucking dirty, dude. Like
he's an ace, yeah.
Yeah, he's killer, and I think that I think he is a significant part of why the Blue Jays have been on this upswing. Like I mean. I don't know. I clearly there's a lot of talented pitchers in the AL right now, as we said. Verlander, Greinke, Cole. Like, there's a lot of really good dudes that are. But I just think that I'm not even saying Ryu deserves to win the Cy Young. I think that he should be like when people talk about
is a Cy Young pitcher.
When people talk about aces this year, I think people should be talking about him more.
Yeah,
that's all.
I think that. It's and I mean, just for context, I'm not necessarily correcting you. Obviously, Verlander has been out all year. He will be out. He has to have Tommy John surgery,
so
he'll be out all next year too. But Shane Bieber, nobody is touching him. He will be getting the Cy Young. 100%.
That's right. I forgot.
Liam Hendricks is also very good for the Oakland A's. And then Alex Colm and Dallas Keuchel are actually doing really well in Chicago. Chicago is fucking nasty, and I'm pretty sure that I said in the first episode that Chicago is going to be a dark horse. And dude, they're Jose Abreu, Tim Anderson. I mean, Eloy Jimenez is great as far as offense is concerned. That boy needs to learn how to play left field. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, this
is a side note. Do you think that they're gonna give AL MVP to a pitcher this year? I've been thinking about that.
No, I think that Shane Bieber is great. I think that he's the only person who I would say would be able to get the AL, because the thing is, I believe any time a pitcher has won MVP, they've also won the Cy Young. I don't think that it's ever been like they win MVP and then they don't win the Cy Young. I fully expect Shane.
Maybe you're right.
I could be wrong. I'm not. That's no guarantee.
The only one I could think of that would have happened recently would have been Zambrano.
Carlos Zambrano?
Yeah, because I think he might have. I'm gonna don't even bother looking. Anyway, keep going.
Okay. But I think, honestly, within the MVP talks, Mike Trout's Mike Trout. Jose Abreu's killing it, doing very well. He's his mother's MVP, so that's awesome. Luke Voit is in there as far as discussion is concerned, and the thing is, Luke Voit carried the Yankees through their losing streak, dude. Like, that dude kept them in the game. He leads the Yankees with over half of... Like, so, truthfully, Gary Sanchez and DJ LeMahieu are second in RBIs for the Yankees with 24. Luke Voit has 47. So, I mean, the dude is a machine. I'm so stoked that Luke Voit is, like, able to shine this year. Last year, he had gotten hit with, like, a toe injury or something. Dude got hit in the jaw, by the way, last year with a baseball and just walked to first. He didn't give a fuck. I was like, wow. I've always liked Luke Voit. Him and Jose Abreu are very good first basemen. I would say probably top two in AL as far as first basemen go. I'm definitely forgetting some people, and I shouldn't be. But yeah, I mean, DJ LeMahieu, people are saying is possible for MVP. He actually leads the league in batting average right now. Him and Tim Anderson are like neck and neck. Yeah, man. I mean, I think the MVP in AL is going to be a tight race. The NL MVP, I would have said Fernando Tatis Jr., but he's actually been, I think he's like won for his last like 18 or something. Well,
here's what I was going to say about that is I still think Tatis has a really good chance. I still think he deserves it.
Yeah, I think he still has a chance for it for sure, but I think that his numbers right now are making that dream kind of fade a little bit.
The new conversation, I think, which is also fair, is Freddie Freeman.
I was just going to say Freddie Freeman.
I pulled up.
We here in this podcast love Freddie Freeman.
We do.
So Freddie, if you want to get on here.
Anybody. Freddie, you want to come on? We'll have everybody on all at once.
Freddie will just roast me for having this shit in my background or something. I have no idea.
He'd be really
He'll
nice
find
about
a way.
it. He'd be like, oh, so you like Gundam? That's cool.
my son's a big fan of Gundam too.
Dude, I love Gundam. we have these stats that came from Kevin McAlpin on Twitter. Freddie now leads the National League in batting average at 359, RBIs at 48, doubles at 20. He's second in OPS at 1.128, runs at 44, walks at 37.
You just flipped off the camera, by the way.
I know. Because half of that OPS is against us.
Yeah, that's fair.
On base percentage 471 and slugging at 658, and his strikeout to bats ratio is 29 to 148. That's fucking insane. Like,
he's just good, man. Probably the best first baseman in the major league. Honestly.
Oh yeah. I don't even think it's a fucking doubt. I think like dudes who could maybe compete with him. If this year had gone much better, I think Rhys Hoskins could compete. But Rhys was cold as fuck at the beginning of the first part of the year. Like,
he started feeling it halfway through the year.
Yeah, I think that if he'd had the 3 weeks before he got injured, if he'd been like that more of the year, maybe. But even then, Freddie, I mean, he just hasn't been cold this year. He's been killing it.
No.
I mean, he's been really hot the last 2 weeks.
He had COVID at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Like that's what's insane to me is he missed games.
And you're telling me I can't complain about Scott Kingery? Scott Kingery had COVID. He's not giving me Freddie Freeman numbers. What the fuck?
Yeah, but he gave you that fucking ridiculous ass play. I don't want to hear it.
No, I love Scott.
He gave you that walk off. He gave you Kutch doing a little dance.
Hey, look, I'm just gonna say I do think that Scott, for all the jokes I've made about Scott Kingery, I do think he'll be back to his normal self next year. I really hope.
Yeah. I think that a lot of what we will see is like it's just these guys are seeing the ball very well at a really good time.
Mm-hmm.
And as far, I mean, we kind of transitioned just into MVP talk, I guess. But either way, yeah, I mean, I definitely think that as far as the running, Freddie Freeman is absolutely a front runner now. I think that he doesn't get enough respect, honestly.
Yeah.
Considering
as Bryce Harper said, one of the most underrated players in baseball.
Yep. Fernando Tatis Jr. Obviously was lighting up everywhere, like all the entire baseball landscape. I think that he still has a claim to it for sure, but I think that he's been rather cold of late, especially in that Dodgers series. I'm pretty sure. I think it was the Dodgers series where he was like 1 for 11 or 1 for 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
And like that's that does happen.
Yeah.
I would say you can't keep hitting grand slams against like everybody. And especially not against the Dodgers with people like Clayton Kershaw or Dustin May on the mound. Like, it's just not going to happen.
And
but
I would say dudes who won't get it, but I think should still be in the conversation. Bryce has had an MVP half of the year. In the first half, he was killing it. He was, I mean, just stomping. It was nuts. And then he got real cold halfway through. Probably in the last month or so. Joey Votto has been having an amazing year. Specifically games at home. You know what his at-home stats are?
I'm not sure, but they're probably really wild.
Batting 350.
Yep.
OPS 1.201. On base 464. Like, it's nuts. It's
yeah.
But he's dragged down by his road numbers. His batting is like 111.
What I will say is that, and I completely forgot about this.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can't believe that we forgot about this. I was saying Freddie Freeman, and I might actually change, but Mookie Betts.
Well, yeah, Mookie. I was gonna bring up Mookie too, but I don't think Mookie's gonna get it. If I'm being honest.
Oh, I do. I absolutely do. If I'm looking at him, he's at a 304 batting average. He has the exact same amount of home runs that Fernando Tatis does at 15. I mean, Fernando Tatis has 3 more stolen bases and 5 more RBIs, but also Fernando Tatis has hit many more grand slams. Fernando Tatis has not had multiple 3 home run games.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to, like, because the thing is, Fernando Tatis is not the only person on the Padres who has been seeing like has been doing well.
Yeah,
like
but I would
Manny Machado.
I would say the same thing about Mookie Betts.
Who you got? Who else do you got has been putting up the same amount of numbers as Mookie Betts has on the Dodgers?
No. I'm not saying that anybody's putting up Mookie Betts type numbers. Not my point.
Yeah.
I'm saying that I think if your argument is that he is the most, like, he's far and away the biggest producer on the Dodgers, I'd say that's incorrect. I think the Dodgers have a very everybody on the Dodgers is basically really productive.
Let's see. Just to make sure. Because I could be wrong.
I don't have baseball
I could be
reference.
totally wrong.
Kike Hernandez, I think, deserves it.
Listen, you got your boys.
Like,
all right? And that's fine.
So let's see.
Let me see.
Mookie Betts, matching him in RBIs. He's got 39. Bellinger has 27. Pollock has 26. Seager has 37. Matching him in batting average. Turner has.
Whoa.
Yes.
Did you just say they're matching him? Because Mookie has 39 and leads the entire.
Well, I'm saying, I guess I should say in his zone. But so Corey Seager is only 2 RBIs behind Mookie and has a higher batting average.
Yeah, but he's also played 4 less games.
Yeah, but I don't know if 4 less games matters.
That's 10 less at bats.
Mookie has 10 less, or Corey Seager has 10 less?
Corey Seager has 10 less at bats than Mookie
Yes,
Betts.
so I'm saying that would put him in a position to have a higher RBI because he has 10 less. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, but I was referring to batting average. You mentioned batting average.
Sorry. I was just saying with RBI.
Yeah.
I'd say that actually is a more impressive stat that he has 10 less games and almost as many RBIs.
Yeah. That's fair.
And same with, they have almost the exact same. Mookie's actually slightly higher. OBP, they have almost the exact same slugging. They have very similar OPS. That's all I was saying is, like, I'm not saying that Mookie's not fucking amazing. He is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's not like he's not the only dude on that team who's absolutely killing it. That was all.
Yeah. And I didn't mean for that to be what I was saying more so, but what I'm saying, I would say more so what I'm saying is that people forget that Fernando Tatis Jr. is not the only person on the Padres who isn't also popping off.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. I'm not saying that Mookie, and I mean, I suppose maybe I did make it sound like that. I'm not saying that Mookie is the only one. I'm saying that Mookie is the most impressive out of all of them, truthfully.
Sure.
But I mean, and again, the Dodgers were, if I recall correctly, they were the first team to clinch a playoff spot. So, yeah, they're going to do that. They're kind of raking at any point in time. But, yeah, I mean, with this, and man, I wish I could have a website that didn't blind me. But with this in general, as far as MVP talks, I think that the top 3 that we're going to see for the next couple weeks, at least in NL, is Mookie, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Freddie Freeman. And I think that's all. I think those are all valid.
Yeah.
AL, can you hear me all right? Or
I can hear you. You're good.
I accidentally hit my mic and I was like, oh. Cy Young, I think that for NL, I think that Trevor Bauer, honestly, I think that Trevor Bauer is doing really well. Shane Bieber, I think Shane Bieber has over like 20 Ks off of everybody else comparatively.
Yeah.
But Trevor Bauer has just impressed me in general. And also, truthfully, with Jake DeGrom possibly being gone, I would say he said that he's going to make his next 2 starts, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Mm-hmm. He has a hamstring injury, and he said, whatever, I'm playing, and it's like, okay. But he could three-peat, and I wouldn't put it past him. He's the best pitcher in the league, honestly. But with the matchup that was the Reds versus the Cubs, and Trevor Bauer just smoked Yu Darvish. Shouldn't say smoked, but Trevor Bauer won that matchup. I think that kind of puts him a little higher on that list, but we'll see. We'll honestly see. I think that all 3 still have a claim to the throne, as it were, but that'll be cool. I think that DJ will get the batting title over Tim Anderson. but that's also kind of because the Yankees are playing the Red Sox this weekend, and while last night was a close game, DJ LeMahieu literally doesn't stop getting hits.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as NL, I'm not certain. I would assume Freddie Freeman would be getting the batting title, truthfully. Sure. But
I'd like to correct 2 things. Corey Seager, I said for some reason I said 10 games. 5 games less and 20 less plate appearances.
Yep.
Also, Carlos Zambrano never won a Cy Young. He won, but he did what I was thinking is he won more Silver Sluggers than he won pitching awards.
Yes.
He won 3 Silver Sluggers. And side note, still plays baseball. He's playing for
in Japan?
No, he's playing an unaffiliated team in Chicago at 40 at 40 years old. He's
Did he get busted for steroids, or was that somebody else?
I don't think he did. I think he got injured.
I know that he was injury prone for sure, because I remember enjoying the Cubs around that time that he was pitching.
I remember he had Phillies. He was a Phillies. It was his last year. Dun. Sorry, I apologize.
You're good.
No, yeah, I don't see anything. Nothing says anything about steroids. He was just getting old, and he did a 1 year with the minor leagues for the Phillies, and then retired, and then came back 4 years later to pitch for a team in the Mexican League, and kind of shit it out. He had a 5.18.
Can we title this episode "The Stories of Carlos Zambrano"?
The Carlos Zambrano Chronicles.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, now
the Zambronicles. Oh,
Zambronicles. We've never had episode titles, by the way.
We haven't. Now that I've said that out loud,
but anyway, he played in 2019 for the Chicago Dogs of the American Association of Independent Professional Baseball.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what I was gonna say. I remember when he retired in 2012, so I was like, or 2013, so I was like, I guess that's he's done, right? And then it was like, no, I guess he's still playing. Weird.
That's pretty awesome. But yeah, that's MVP talk that I guess we transitioned into.
Yeah,
but
whatever. Piss missiles.
I will give you. I mean, Josh Donaldson kind of was mine, but last night, top of the ninth, Gary Sanchez home run over the Green Monster. Put it up. It was rad. Gary has been obviously notoriously slumping for a majority of the year. Down to their final out and fucking shot one right over the Green Monster, and then they ended up winning in the 12th inning. Mm-hmm. Very rad.
My AL is actually Gleyber Torres against Toronto. Had a swollen home run.
Oh, yeah.
I was just going to say, you know what? Good to see him back. Good to see you back, Gleyber.
Yeah, man. Gleyber, I love Gleyber. Big fan. Happy that he's producing. It's actually funny, real quick Gleyber story. Last Sunday when everybody was watching football, I was also watching football but had the game on. And it was like the 6th inning, and the Yankees have been obsessed with analytics to the point where they will rest Gleyber even though there's 14 games left in the season, and we really need to stop fucking resting people and just get in and make sure we're in the postseason. And I tweeted Gleyber would have. I tweeted out just Gleyber would have gotten those runs in, Gleyber would have hit those in immediately. And then 9th inning or 8th inning, Gleyber gets pinch hit and gets in 2 runs, and I just quote tweeted and said, "Told you." Yeah. As far as my NL piss missile of the week, I'm actually going to go back to the 3-game or the 3 what the heck do I want to say?
I don't know.
Oh, I know who it is. It's the Atlanta Braves when they did their, because in the middle of us being gone, there was 26. There was the 26 runs that Atlanta put up. Mm-hmm. Fuck, I'm trying to think of his name. He hit 3 home runs in that game, and I can't remember who it is. Ozuna? No, not Marcell Ozuna.
Or not
Oh my
Arias, or whatever.
What's that?
It's I see his face. Arias or something. I can
Let me see.
literally see him in my brain. I just can't think of his name.
If my buddy Jordan ever does watch this, he's gonna be furious
Albies.
because he's a Braves fan. No, not Ozzy Albies. It was
Or did he hit two? He hit two in one night.
3 home run game, Atlanta. Adam Duvall. Adam Duvall hit 3 home runs for the second time in 2020. Put it up.
Sorry, that was awful. Ozzy Albies also had a 2-run night the other night.
Yes, and to correct myself, 29-9
Jeez.
against the Marlins.
Fuck the Marlins. My NL piss missile belongs to the greatest baseball player of all time at home, Joey Votto. He hit one that was just fucking awesome. Look, Joey Votto is amazing. He's actually been his homers have been kind of low this year. He has 10 this year, which it is a short season, but however, he hit one deep into center field. Holy shit, like right over the middle center field wall off the Chicago White Sox, who, as we already said, are no slouch of a team.
No.
So it was awesome. I love Joey Votto. Him and Freddie Freeman are those two guys in the NL League where it's like, it's impossible to hate these dudes. They're just so nice.
If you're in a rivalry against Joey Votto, that dude will fuck you up, though.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when the Pirates and the Reds fought last year, and I remember earlier this year when the Cubs and the Reds benches cleared. That dude will fight everybody. He doesn't give a damn. But yeah, those were our piss missiles of the week.
Cool. Well, we have a final segment. We're not doing we're going to do a whole second episode because we missed a week. We're going to do a whole second episode where we just finish off all the names in the hat for This Is How I Win. So we're going to skip that segment right now. We're going to go to WWJD. What would Junior do? Okay, Bobby. Let's say
Yes, Daniel.
Ken Griffey Jr. is here.
Okay.
And he's still playing. And he asks an umpire, high or low, and the umpire is like, go fuck yourself, Junior. Turn your hat around. And, how would Junior react?
So what I would assume is that Junior, he would take a couple steps back. And instead of hitting the ball, he would hit the umpire's head into the outfield, into the stands. Home run. Junior's wanted for manslaughter. Well, actually, I think it'd be murder, but either way.
It was an accident. That is acceptable. The answer was hit a home run. Just like just like Donaldson. But that is a home run. So
yeah, that's true.
It's a T-ball home run, really. You just get in the head and you.
Yeah, it's true. That's very true.
So, all right.
And you get the head separated from the shoulders.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of this episode. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We are going to transition. So you'll have 2 episodes this week. So we'll see you in our special fun episode. Bye-bye.
Call me Junior. Call me Junior. Call me Junior. Call me. It's showtime.